What's up? It's the DJ Slugo co-sign album right now. We're sitting right here with the world famous DJ GantMan. So GantMan,
What's up?
let's get to these questions, man. Okay, if people wanted to know who DJ GantMan was and his contribution to the Ghetto House movement, from your words, it would be what?
Wow. Basically, just for me listening to all the ghetto tracks back in the day, all the Jack tracks and Acid House, you know, the Mike Dunn's, the Mondo, Steve Poindexter's. Basically, when I heard Paul Johnson tracks and Robert Armani, then the next people I heard was Dion, Milton tracks. And from then on, it was like, yeah, I want to make this. So then me linking up with Paul and just like, man, like the whole little South Side connection. It was like me coming up from WKKC, me being around Naphiz, DJ Rashad, Jana Rush, and then, yeah, us meeting Paul, our little gang meeting Paul, we started messing with Ghetto House, and then next was when we got up with you all. You know, like around, this was like around 93, 94.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so if you're a family man as well, so if older Gant could talk to younger Gant, because there's a lot of young cats coming up in the game right now. If you could talk to your younger self from right now, what would you tell younger Gant?
A whole lot, cause
it's on camera. Get it
a
out.
whole
What would you
lot,
tell
man.
younger Gant? Like,
you know, man, be more confident. You know, love what you do, like which I always did, but like love it, do it to the fullest. Don't let nobody change your mind about nothing. Be sure of yourself. You know, handle your business like, you know, 10% talent, 90% business. You know, from your words from your boy DJ Skip. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got a lot of stories. You know, you know, like yeah, I would have I'm gonna keep it real. I would have went 10 times harder because I was already that dude. You know what I'm saying? I was going hard, but yeah, I would have ran circles around motherfucker.
Okay, so let's speak on that. If you said you would have went 10 times harder. It's a lot of guys out there that may be thinking the same way you was thinking back then. So you would tell them what, confident-wise, like how do they raise their confidence? Like, you know, do they change their circles? Do they is it equipment based? Is it being around the right people, or what? You know, like what was it that made you say later on, like, you know what, if I had to did it this way with these particular people, I would be in a better situation? Because there's somebody out there right now that might be in the same situation you was back then, and you might.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely about, first and foremost, is you. You know, it's you, what you set your mind out to do. I mean, if you got parents that can like help guide you with that, that's great. That's like very great. But if you don't, you really gotta like look and learn and try to, like I say, like, man, the first couple times you make a mistake, really one time you make a mistake, make that be your best teacher. That last mistake, you know, because you ain't gonna make it no more. You know, it's your circle. Yeah, it's everything. And if you want to, you know, really make it like it goes back to 10% talent, 90% business. I was about to say, if you want to make it talent wise, you know, I mean, nowadays you ain't really gotta have that much talent, but you know, if you got talent, that's great. You gotta work on your craft. You gotta always be advancing yourself, like thinking on the next level, thinking what can I do that's different? What can I do to be a trendsetter? What can I do to have people, you know, keep following what I'm doing? You know, not even necessarily on the competition side, just more on the like, I look up to this guy, and actually I wanna look up to this guy so I can do my own thing, so I can become a trendsetter. You know, the main important thing is business, reading. Whether you go to school or read books yourself, reading all these, you reading this paperwork. Like, you might not be a lawyer, but you at least need to know some of those things in that contract, what the lawyer knows. You're not going to manage yourself. You need to at least know the role of a manager. You know, you need to know what a booking agent, what role they supposed to play, and be able to check up behind them to make sure they're doing their job. Things like that. You know, like, yeah, it would have been really more like mainly the business. Like, it's really nothing else. Like, I mean, yeah, I believe in having talent. I believe in being good at what you do, and like, I feel like if you at or above level, you know, on the talent wise, that's like my caliber. You know what I'm saying? It's like you like here, nothing lower. However, that don't matter. It's about you being on your business, and it's about you getting your money, stacking your money, investing your money in yourself, and keep going and keep building, and like just don't stop, and be able to pass it down to the next generation.
Okay. And let's get to the records. For the people out there that don't know who DJ GantMan is, record-wise, your biggest record and people hearing these records would be what?
Wow, biggest. Well, that's crazy.
Or your top two?
Yeah, well, I'd say actually out of all the years I've been producing and making tracks, Juke, that'll be the biggest one. You know, that's produced by DJ Rashad. You know, my vocals. That was 2006. That was my biggest jam.
You want to tell me how it go?
Now shake. Wait.
You gotta do it.
You gotta hit it. You gotta hit it.
Yeah, you gotta hit it.
And y'all can't use this acapella. Now come on, y'all. Let's juke that. I mean, that was 12 years ago. You know, my voice is a little older, a little deeper. Yeah, you know.
Okay, so now that they know that what that song is, like you mentioned the business part of it, because you also was one of the guys that was fortunate enough to have records on the world famous Dance Mania label.
Yes, indeed.
Before we close out, on the business side, business-wise, the way you did business back then, the way you do business now, like a lot of these cats don't, you know, we ain't gonna put a lot of people on blast, but a lot of these cats still doing the same business that they were doing 10, 15 years ago. But, you know, I noticed when everybody I've interviewed, including when we just did Spin, like, first thing came out of everybody's mouth was business. Let's just get to what business-wise, what happened then compared to now that makes you say, hey, I'll never in life do that again, or I'll never let this occur in my business life again. You know, just a few facts. You don't have to go into detail, like.
Yeah, I get you.
Cause it's some things.
Yeah.
Cause I personally, my personal self, I feel like the Ghetto House movement isn't where it's supposed to be because of the business moves. So, if you don't mind telling, and it's totally up to you, if you don't mind telling them what one bad business move you made, you don't have to mention the people because we don't want to cause no controversy. So, what bad business move did you make that you look at now and say, man, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have did this?
See, it's on scales and levels. However, you know, there's such things big and little. It was bad. It was bad.
Bad business is bad. Good business is good business.
You know what I'm saying? But it's been times that I wasn't paying attention to contracts, and not even that. I even 100% gonna say I had shitty contracts. It's just that when you're not paying attention, you might miss some things, or even if the contract might have been decent, you might could have been like, well, you know what? I want to negotiate this, this, and this, and run it back to them and see what they're talking about. And if they say no, then it's okay. Oh well. You know, and you got to stand on that. You got to stand on that. Oh well. You know what I'm saying? And it's been times to where I could have gotten more out of it because of the leverage that I had, and that comes back down to confidence and not like looking at it like, oh, it's big money when it really ain't big now that I'm over. It's big, but it ain't big. You know what I'm saying? It's big, it's big for the moment.
The money back
then was way more. And that's another thing I was gonna say. It's like it's hard to compare the business like from 20 years ago to now because it was way more money. It was people who wasn't like 100% that season in the game and just get it. And if they was already on a business, they just tremendously got it because they knew not only to just do business when their phone ring or like, you know, you get some kind of message or whatever. They were going out here seeking business, you know, so all that played a big part. But yeah, man, basically it was doing business on some, here go a couple of G's. I didn't care. I'm getting me some money. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had this person, that label, this party, that all these different situations going on. So I'm like, next week, this money next weekend. And really, it's like every situation that you have, you need to be looking at it like, let me dissect every last part of it to see what benefits me out of it. You know, it's like, yeah, it could be some money, it could be some exposure. Sometimes you got to pick and choose which one. Sometimes you might got to say, well, this might not work. Okay, but I need to have some kind of leverage. So I ain't feeling this. But if he might offer, she or whoever I'm doing business with, might can offer me this on the back end or on another situation where it could be even trade or like something that's worth some value, you know, at the right time. And you know, it's like basically with this business, it does play a part with like not only just the paperwork, you're dealing with people. So you're dealing with people on how they feel about you, you're dealing with people with moods, you're dealing on when opportunity meets preparation. You know, you're dealing on that first sentence you say can get you some good business, some bad business, or just off the fact that somebody don't even want to deal with you. You know, or somebody might see how you getting down and can size you up and be like, all right, I'm gonna write him up this contract and see if he going. You know, stuff like that. So like, I have to look out and watch out for all that. But as far as like, honestly, to answer the question like thoroughly, something that was bad that I'm just like, wow, I just got like tremendously like screwed myself over. I have yet to really have that happen because I never really had that real hit. I never really had like that real situation where it was just like something to where 10, 15, 30, 100,000 or whatever, or the exposure I didn't get, or the royalties I didn't get. Like like I've been blessed that that's the part of me I always held back too, Slugo. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things that I wasn't sure about, just didn't do. So people were like, well, what GantMan been on? What are you doing there? I fall back so I can always, you know, like regroup and check myself, and I need to learn. I need to learn something. I need to fall back. I ain't tripping. I ain't in no rush. I'm always gonna be good at what I do. Right. You know, it's about you knowing this business, you getting with the right people, the right timing, opportunity meets preparation. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's what it is. But like, I ain't really had nothing that was just like, I'm just like super sick like today, to where it's just like dude, like damn, like
can't believe I
I really, but even on a small scale, it was enough of them to where I shouldn't been going, period. And that, you know, that's just true. You know, and to these young dudes out here, women, whoever out here doing any kind of entrepreneurship, man, learn your business, read your paperwork. You know, you ain't getting, and nowadays you don't even have to ask questions. You ain't got to ask nobody nothing. You ain't got to give a person a chance to send you off, or having somebody really telling you something when you go on the internet and use it for what it's really worth. Using Google, using YouTube to learn. I even done it in my later years. I mean, like back in the day, my mama had me on ASCAP and, you know, telling me about my business and telling me to stay on my business. However, us dealing with our scene and what we were coming up with, like with the Ghetto House world, we were used to like doing like the under the table deals and like, so I'm telling my OG like, fall back, cause I'm getting this little bread and trying to get this popping. She like, nah.
Yeah, we also didn't have the internet.
No, we didn't at all. We didn't have no internet.
So.
Yeah, we didn't have no internet, so it's like we had to learn books or hope that you get around the right people. Like really hope that somebody could tell you something that's like positive, they're not trying to send you off, as well as like learn what you can on your own. And I think a lot of us is like, because we were talented and we knew that our talent had a price tag on it, and we knew that everything that was popping, that was going on at that time, was working. It was like 3 different incomes. You had the record labels, you had the parties, you had the mixtapes, and whatever other little business you can create around. It was like 5, 6 different things you could do with the music to generate consistent income, if you were just like consistent on it and stayed on it. And that was always up to the individual, you know. But like, it still, yeah, you're right, it still wasn't like how it really could have been, because it was just basically like hustle trap money with like no direction.
Exactly.
I mean, that's like the best way, I mean, you know, something like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all heard it right there from Gan. Full and direct. He actually enlightened me on a few things. First, I'm going to get him to sign my book.
Yes,
Got it on your page. Get the sign right behind me. Okay, so your signature here, right there.
all right.
Get the world famous DJ GantMan signature.
Yeah, I got a couple from it. I'm gonna do my little tag. One tag. Try to do the most of the tag and stuff. Let me see if I can
Bring
find
down
it.
at the bottom. Anywhere.
Right here.
Anywhere down there. You know,
Just GantMan.
just so when they read it, they'll know, you know who it is. Our guy know who it is.
The old school. Old school paper.
I think I would use that one. I like
That
that
one,
one.
yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you can prop it up.
Yeah. So
For sure.
tell the people where they can catch you at, like where they can find you at when they get ready to search for you.
I'm always on the social media. Man, everything is basically. I always tell people go on Google, man. Just type in DJ GantMan, GantMan, but I usually spell it as just Gant, GANT hyphen, dash hyphen MAN. But on the social media is basically everything with / DJ GantMan, all one word. Like that's for Instagrams, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and also the TechLight57.com website. Man, I'm out here. I mean, I'm all out here. Just look me up on the internet. You're gonna find mixes and like work I've done. I'm on Beatport, TrackSource, all the little iTunes, internet sites that you can buy music. I'm out here, still doing it.
Any last words you want to say to the people before you break out?
Yeah, man. It's DJ GantMan representing Take Light. Rest in peace, my boy DJ Rashad, our brother DJ Rashad. You know what I'm saying? One of the guys who I wish he was right here to do this interview too and chop it up with you.
Yes,
And man, thanks to Slugo. Shouts out to everybody who was the foundation of the Chicago Ghetto House movement. I mean, I just quickly just gonna throw out the biggest names. Like everybody else, they got their shine too. But Dion, real talk though, Dion Milton Slugo, Southside. DJ Funk, Jammer, Gerald Wax Master, West Side. You had a few more on the South Side, West Side. I ain't really trying to like do all the name thing. Y'all know who you all are, and I respect and love all you all guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we really need to be on. We do need to be on. Like, man, ain't everybody gonna click with who they gonna click with. We get that. You know what I'm saying? Well, ain't nobody gotta be out here under that, turn their nose up at people. Like, man, this is all love for this music. We came up making this music, and we need to be making this music for the world instead of letting the world make this music for us. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we just need to have a little more respect for each other and a little more cheer for each other, a little more like, yeah, that dude doing his thing, regardless if I've been hanging with him or know him or not, or whoever said what or whatever. Like, man, bro, we grown, and now all the young guys, they pushing 30, and all our generation, we pushing 40. Enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? We got to get it for Ghetto House, Juke, and Footwork. The individuals can get it, the groups can get it, everybody can get it. And everybody can be sitting back like, yeah, you did that too? Yeah, I did this over here. Oh, yeah, they messing with me too. Oh, yeah, they cut that check too? Yeah. And that's what it could be about.
Enough money for everybody.
It definitely is.
They print money every day.
Hey, shout out to you, though, for the moves you making. I've been peeping.
I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Silent and focused, that's what it's about.
I'm trying. The genre ain't gonna die as long as
No, sir.
I can't have it. So there it is, man. It's the DJ Slugo co-sign album, man. Got my man DJ GantMan. It took me a long time to get him to spin in here. These boys is hard to catch up with, but they moving, they working, they doing their thing, and I'm watching, and I'm like a proud big brother watching these guys post. They're gonna be in other countries and things of that nature. Like that's big for me. It's like, watching these guys, and these the same guys were standing on the side at the parties like, man, he in Spain, he in Italy,
yeah.
He's in, that's big. I'm me, like I told people all the time, I'm from Chicago, bro. So it's like, people never understand this, and I'll put this on camera while I got y'all in the room. Like, you have to want everybody in that genre to make it, because it opens up a lot of other doors that people don't understand. Like, I want Spin to make it, I want Gant to make it, because they both doing the same genre that I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, Spin can only make so many records and so much money. At the end of the day, they're gonna be looking like, we need something different from another DJ or another producer that makes the same sound.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get your turn. That's what people don't understand. Like, your turn is gonna come. You may be in the cut for a whole 5 or 6 years, maybe 10. But when your time comes, you have to be prepared, though. You have to be prepared when it comes. And that's why I used to tell the brothers all the time, man, just be patient. Wait, it's gonna come, bro. Like, I've had situations from records from 20 years ago that just popped. Imagine if I'd have just threw my hands up and been like, you know what, man, I'm finna just do rap music. So like I was saying, don't settle. And, it's the DJ Slugo co-sign album. Got my man DJ GantMan right here, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
him coming out. Appreciate my man Spin coming out, man. And as y'all know, as long as all of us around, Ghetto House gonna be around.
Yeah.
And we finna bring it back home to Chicago where I was born and raised at.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it is. Y'all get ready, man.
Oh yeah.
Salute.
Peace, y'all.